inkproducts.com has now released a new refill kit for Canon's imagePROGRAF large format printers. On our website we'll list all the models and the cartridge numbers that we have these cartridges for. But in this video I'm just going to show you some simple little things, how simple they are to fill. The advantage is they're clear so you can see right in them. Also, they're designed with a refill plug on the top of them. Now we also have a kit so you can fill the originals, and we give you the proper drill size, and we give you the plugs over so you can fill from the top. The reason why we do it that way is I'll show you. There's a lot of people out there, they put the syringe in one end and they bleed the air out the other. The problem with that is if you're not using a sharp needle and use a blunt, you'll damage the inside of the cartridge, leak in your printer. I took one apart here, a Canon cartridge, to show you why I don't think it's a good idea. Right down in there is where you're going to be putting the needle through, and hopefully it's a sharp one, because there's a gasket down in there, and if you push it in and you get it too damaged or you damage it, all that ink's going to leak in your large format printer. I do not recommend that way of doing it. If it works for you and you think it's okay, then use it. But I prefer, and I think it's a lot easier, I remove a plug and you're going to get 30 milliliter syringes. So you're going to put 3 of them in there. That's 90 milliliters. You can probably go to over 100, but I wouldn't recommend that. Gives a little air space for expansion. Now the next thing you have to do is transfer the Canon chip. There it is. Now the chip is mounted to the Canon cartridge on a mounting bracket. It fits our cartridges. So with the use of 2 small blade screwdrivers, you're going to pop the caps off, and then you're going to transfer the chip from here over. Now once it's in and the ink goes down and says it's empty, it'll give you all kinds of warnings. Well, what you're going to do is shut off the ink monitor for that color. If you ever put a new Canon back in, that ink monitor will come right back. But you won't need it anymore. You can look at the cartridge, watch your volume. That's why we don't like these type of cartridges, because you can't see in them. So it's always guesswork, or you got to weigh them. You put them in, close the lid, you're done. Now if you take the Canon cartridge and then you're going to break the label on both sides, basically what you're looking for, there's little locking tabs right inside. They're right inside there. You can almost see them if you look close enough at the cartridge where they are. I suggest that you use 2 small screwdrivers. What you're going to do is slide it up under there on both sides and release it. The chip is mounted to this floating mounting here. You're going to transfer that over to our cartridge, because our cartridge is identical to these, so you can just transfer it over. And we also have the same type of system to lock the top or the bottom onto the cartridge. The screwdriver's under, and I pried it off. There is one of the clips, or where the tabs go rather. There's another one on this side, and there's one right up here. None on this side, but there's one at the very top up here. I just unlocked our top off of our ink cartridge, and then I line it up like this with the Canon one. So I can just take it out put it back in the exact same way. That's important. You don't want to put it in the wrong way. Okay, and then all you have to do is snap the top back on. In a box with my bottle of ink, so I can't knock that over. Holds my syringe. And by the way, you don't have to wash these syringes out. I recommend against doing that. It says discard after use. That's because they're veterinarian syringes. So you don't have to wash them out. Now you can fill it up, watch it, put the plug back in. Like I said, before you put the plug back in, put just a little bit on your finger, some type of dish soap, and then it'll slide it right in. If you're using this method, make sure at least the syringe is sharp. Don't use a blunt one, because you will damage the bottom of that cartridge and that ink will leak in. Plus, by doing it that way, you have no idea how much ink you're putting in there. You're filling it up till it comes out into the other syringe, and then you got to pull up and back off. You just don't know how much air you have in there for expansion. That's why the clear ones are better. You can look right in there as it's coming up. So, for the latest in refill kits for Canon's large format printers, go to inkproducts.com. Our ink is American made. It's certified ink. It's for roll to roll and sheet to sheet. So it's excellent ink, and it will not and cannot clog any printhead.